ER diagram is useful for visually representing a database design. But to work with real databases, we need to see ER diagrams as equivalent tables. Let's see an example of converting a one-to-one relationship into a table. On the top, we see the ER diagram for a one-to-one relationship between employee and salary account. Employee entity got converted to employee table. The attributes in employee entity became columns in the employee table. Similarly, salary account entity got represented as salary account table. We see a one-to-one relationship between employee and salary account. This relationship can be converted to table in two ways. We can pick the primary key of salary account, that is account ID, and add it to employee table as the foreign key. Similarly, we can pick primary key of employee table, which is the employee ID, and add it as a foreign key in the salary account table. Here, we have added account ID to the employee table. Thus, in a one-to-one relationship, primary key of either entity can be made foreign key of the other. Verification date attribute is neither in the employee entity or the salary account entity. It is an attribute of the relationship. We must place the attribute of a relationship in the table where we place the foreign key. Therefore, here we place the verification date in the employee table. Next, we'll see an example of converting a one-to-many relationship into tables. We see the ER diagram and the equivalent tables. In a one-to-many relationship, foreign key and the relationship attributes are added to the many side of the relationship. Here, one department can have many employees, but an employee can work in only one department. Therefore, we pick the department ID from department table and add it as a foreign key in the employee table. Here, the relationship attribute is date of joining. We add this also to the employee table. James and Ethan belong to IVS department and Emily to ETA. What if we create the foreign key on the one side of the one-to-many relationship? This will make ID column as the foreign key in department table. It refers to ID column, the primary key in employee table. The relationship attribute date of joining is added to the department table. This creates a problem. Employees with ID 1 and 2 belong to IVS. The database will not allow storing multiple values in a single cell. So, foreign key must always be created on the many side of the one-to-many relationship. Now, let's learn how to convert many-to-many relationship into tables. While representing many-to-many relationships, we have to take care of several details. In addition to the entity table, that is the employee and project tables, we must create a third table. Here, we have created a project allocation table. The third table will contain a composite primary key by including the primary keys from the two entity tables. Here, employee ID and project ID together form the composite primary key for the project allocation table. The composite primary key will have two foreign keys. each linking to its corresponding parent entity table. Here, employee ID in the project allocation table will be the foreign key and it will be linked to the employee ID primary key of the employee table. Similarly, project ID in project allocation table will be the foreign key and it will be linked to the project ID primary key of the project table. Here, the relationship attribute is start date. We place it in the project allocation table.